Hello, hello, hello. We've reached the end. This is another unboxing. We've had a bunch of these recently. I think after a brief lull, and this is going to be Valor and Villainy. Gorgeous artwork off the bat. This is going to be by Skybound Games. But going back to what I was saying a second ago, we've had a slew of unboxings. It seems that the dry spell has ended. I went months with no new Kickstarters arriving, despite generally backing, I don't know, 3-4 a month, growing every day. And it seems like they're starting to show up. I have Kingdom Rush is going to be showing up. So this may be a 2 unboxing day. In fact, for all I know, I did Kingdom Rush first, in which case you already know that. I don't know what I'm doing. But let's show you the back of this box, because this game, oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like fun, right? I have no clue what's going on. I mean, I know what's going on, but you may have no clue what's going on, but that game does look fun. It looks pretty, has stuff on it. Games that look pretty and have stuff on it are basically, 90% of Kickstarter right there. This is going to be a one versus many, slightly lighter game. I say slightly lighter because I'm not actually sure the weight class 100%, but it does seem to be a little bit on the lighter side, not necessarily a bad thing. We have the rulebook, which is going to come in at, let's see the page count. We're coming in at, let's see, okay, let's ignore this stuff, we don't care about that. These are extras. We have 12 pages, 12 pages including additional rules, so really 11 pages it looks will take you to the end. 11 pages, and then the starting rules actually start on page 3 for table setup. So you're talking about roughly 8 pages of actual content you have to consume. Not bad at all, and it does seem to be heavy on images and whatnot, We got our images, not heavy on images, truth is it's medium on images, I would say. So there's enough images and things to keep you not overwhelmed. And then again, some gorgeous artwork over there. So yeah, this is going to be a one versus many game. I've had a few times the question in multiple Q&As I've done about are one versus many games dead? And I've answered that they've never been that alive to begin with. They have always been a rare breed. Let me see over here. This seems to have instructions. Assembly instructions. Chess du la Rue can be assembled as shown above. So, in the effort of not ruining my instructions, I'm going to take this bad boy and just dump it off to the side over here, and we'll deal with it later. So that's over there. From here, we're going to go through other stuff. So, one versus many. This is a one versus many game. This is by, like I said, Skybound Games. This is, well, it's beautiful. We can already see that. I don't know why I'm punching this. I don't usually punch stuff in these unboxings because that would take time. But now that I have unpunched it, we can see at least the quality of the cardboard. Looks like this thing is cold because it's been sitting outside in the snow. So this is a nice thick tile. And obviously, since it's the same sheet of punch board, it's going to be pretty decent. And we have the Hawkmoor Keep. That's the Hawkmoor Keep over there. What does it do? I have no idea because I can't see the camera from this far away, or I can't see the text on the camera. Any hero here may spend 1 or 2 somethings to heal 3 or 6 health. Minions cannot make move actions into this region. Nice artwork. Solid stuff over here. Look at that. Look at that mine. Again, the artwork here is absolutely gorgeous. It has a cartoony style, which I know some people are not always a huge fan of. For myself, I am. Let's dump that off to the side. Let's take these additional sheets of punchboard. Anything interesting? Just more stuff. I like how these two are connected and these two aren't. Although I think that might be not inherently connected. It might just be the way the tiles are configured. And then we have more stuff. Again, more things slowly being punched out if I'm not careful here. So we got more tiles over here that you can take a look at. This is one I backed because it looked like the kind of game that I could introduce my kids to, that I think they would like it. The fact that it's one versus many means like I could be the one or whatnot. My wife can help the kids be the many, so it ends up being a cooperative and competitive game with fun things. And fun things are going to be key because one of the things that appealed to me, like many games, is going to be powers and abilities. It looked like there were lots of cards that let you do fun things. By the way, I will say this is currently being on my table, and I took off to the side Etherfields, which I am in the middle of learning. The reason I'm in the middle of learning Etherfields is because I don't have Tainted Grail nearby, so I can't really learn Tainted Grail anytime soon. Although maybe I can. We'll figure things out. But why am I trying to rush Etherfields? I actually wasn't planning on getting into the table anytime soon. I have other games coming. Coming or here. I have Altar Quest, which I need to play. I have other stuff that I can't recall offhand. We'll talk for a second before I open these up. But specifically, the reason I want to play Etherfields is I've had a lot of people who saw my review of ISS Vanguard, and they want to know how does it compare. But I can't really tell them how it compares. So I want to be able to give you more information before the ISS campaign, well, for sure before it ends. If I can do it before it launches, even better. That might be a tough fit. I would say before it ends is more likely. But right now, my goal is to get let's say 8 hours of gameplay into Etherfields, because that's how far I got into ISS Vanguard, and then be able to give you a compare and contrast in terms of which one do I like better, what do they do differently, the same. I mean, they are different games, but they're both coming from Awakened Realms, and you could get either, because Etherfields has a late pledge, and ISS Vanguard will have its actual campaign. And so, decisions to be made. Now, let's look at the miniatures here. We got a nice tray over here. I saw pictures of this being shown by James Hudson on his Facebook page, so nothing here is a real surprise to me. This stuff looks like I could throw it out, which means I will, of course, throw it out and regret it later. That's what decisions are for. They're to be made so you can regret things. This one looks like it has base. These probably look like garbage as well. I can probably throw them. I'm not going to throw them out. I know it's not garbage, okay? I understand that. I don't know what it is, but it's certainly not garbage because garbage does not come in 3D plastic molding. There we have that, and let's take a look at some of these miniatures. So, we have this guy over here. Look at that little ogre guy. These are some decent sculpts over here. Has a nice heft to it. This is not a small mini. I don't know what the size is, but it feels bigger than 32. Let's put that back. I'll show you a few things. We have the horse majiggy, because horse majiggies are, well, horse majiggies are there for you. The angle is probably making it look a little weird than it should be. Looks particularly skinny around the middle, although that actually is true. We have this ranger-like person. Yep. I find that when I'm focusing on the camera, I find it a little harder to actually talk the whole time because I'm trying to, well, show you the miniature while having a conversation, while occasionally talking about how the miniature looks in different ways. I mean, solid minis all around. No complaints here. They have a very cartoonish look. These will be no surprise if you if you got your hands on Grim Forest, also by Skybound Games. None of this will be a surprise to you. It's a solid quality, little bulky, same artwork and feel to them, same graphic design stylings or whatnot. They all look cool. No clue how they actually play out, what they do, any of that stuff. This guy's got a little goblin-y thing going on here. Yep, goblin-y thing confirmed, and that's going to be a bunch of them. Not all, because I don't feel the need to go through every single one of them, but that is going to be what we have so far. Then we have all of this. Now, I have to assume, this is where it gets interesting, I have to assume I can throw this stuff out, because otherwise that would be weird. I think, if I recall correctly, I think they put the stuff here to help it in the transit from China or whatnot, or wherever it got shipped from, to ensure a lack of damage. So I believe this is garbage. I will find out the hard way when I've thrown it out and regret it. That is how life works. We already covered this. Okay, this one here, you want to be careful when pulling this out that you don't ding the sides of your box, pulling off the edges there. Okay, I now have cardboard on my floor, plastic on my floor, and miniatures on my table, just like life should be. Okay, where is actual Mordak? Do I get Mordak? Is Mordak in here? Let me take a look here. Oh, that must be Mordak. Sorry, I'm not sure if I showed you Mordak, but this is Mordak, I imagine. Okay, I thought Mordak was in a different tray. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just used to bosses being larger. Solid game tray over here. We got, ooh, nice little metal coin, which seems like it goes in that little divot over there. I'm going to go through some cards in a minute, so bear with me. Okay, wow. This is a hefty chunk of coin. Look how thick that thing is. Look how thick that is. That is a hefty coin. I have no complaints about this guy. I mean, the only complaint I have is that if you throw it at someone, it's gonna hurt. This is the heftiest coin I've ever seen, and it says on one side, charge and one side hold. So it looks like it has a game mechanism attached to it. Again, I know nothing. All I know so far is the game looks cool, and usually that's enough for me, which sounds like a bad thing to say when you run a channel where you tell people to back Kickstarters all the time. We got some nice dice, engraved edges or whatnot. This is not painted on, this is really just engraved in, and that's about how interesting the dice actually get, because past showing you the engraved edges, I'm not really sure what I can show you. I mean, they have numbers. The numbers range between 0 or blank and 2, so they're not your typical dice over there. That's good. We got standees, which I don't know what these are for at all, he says, wondering. Am I missing something? I don't know why there'd be any of those. Maybe they go... I don't know. I can't think of a reason why those would exist. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I forgot that we actually do have punchboard that I didn't do anything with. So this punch board over here, it looks like some of these things over here might go on standees. And look at that, we have some advertising for their other games. Not complaining, just intrigued. So let's talk about their other games for a bit. We have Grim Forest, which is a game that I really enjoyed, but eventually got rid of. That one it's a solid game, just nobody was asking to play it. So that's Grim Forest. Then we have Wonderland's War, a game that I am super excited for. Area control with an element of Quacks of Quedlinburg attached to it. This one is, I mean, it could be a complete flop. I can totally see myself giving this one a negative review just from the stance of, who knows? I mean, it's a bit of a risk to combine the push your luck aspect of Quacks of Quedlinburg with a heavy area control game, but if it works, then that is my genre. Area control and fighting is my jam. And then we have Tidal Blades, one that I was excited for, and then his reviews started coming out, and it wasn't like people weren't trashing the game. People liked the game, but the negatives that were being expressed were the exact negatives I had concerns about myself, and so I sold my copy, and I figure I'll try it out down the road. I still want it, to be clear, because, well, it looks pretty. Also because Jeremy Howard keeps going on and on about how good a game it is and how good it is solo, and, well, I don't actually need another solo game. I have plenty of solo games. These, we have the double layered. Look at that double layered recessed player boards. That is some quality stuff over here. The art looks incredible. The dice, I imagine the dice do not slot in there. Probably token slot in there because those are way too small for dice. But in some way, something slots in there because otherwise, why would you have recessed player boards? And they look gorgeous. I mean, these things look excellent. Look at these characters. Each one with their own board, with their own stats, with their own abilities. Let's read an ability here. So, we have Mary, Student of the Divine. You may draw 1 gold divine spell to start the game and doing each of your level up steps. That sounds fun. Vengeful Crusade. Each time a purple minion is defeated on your turn, you may gain a something token on a row of your choice. It looks like an upgrade token. Again, this looks cool. Student of Sorcery. You may draw 1 blue arcane spell to start the game and doing each of your level up steps. Utility Horse. At the end of your turn, spawn Gust in your region, control him like a hero, then remove him. This just sounds fun. I mean, why would anyone not like this game? Why are people... No one actually said they don't like this game. We have Almos. Let's read Almos and one more. The Cleric. Master the Divine. You may draw 2 gold divine spells. You may draw 2 gold divine spells to start the game and doing each of your level up steps. Healer's Boon. When one of your spells heals anyone, they gain a bonus of +1 health. And then finally, Alindra the Mage. My daughter's totally going to want to be here because fire and brimstone and all that. Master of Sorcery. You may draw 2 blue arcane spells to start the game and during each of your level up steps. Pyromaniac. Your damage spells deal +1 bonus damage. Oh my gosh, this game is ripe for an expansion, and I realize as I say that, I am sick. I haven't even touched this game, haven't played this game, and I'm talking about how it's ripe for an expansion. I also realized I just put these all back in. This game tray is well designed, by the way. Nice little groove to pull everything out right there. That was quick and easy. Let's go ahead and look at some of these cards, because, well, honestly, the cards and the abilities and all that were one of the things I was really intrigued about in this game. It was one of the things that pulled me in. So let's go ahead and pull up some of these stuff over here. And slide that off, throwing that down, and let's see if we have anything cool here. We have Elf Outrider. So here, let me just show you some of the stuff. I don't actually know what any of the stuff is yet. We have an Elf Outrider. You know what? Let me just look at this way. So, Elf Outrider over there, which is the 3rd time I said Elf Outrider, but it is what it is. We have Evade, Choose Something. I don't know how to read these cards at all, but hey, there's still cards that I will look at. We have some Skeletons. Bone Town Reapermen. Again, just showing you some random cards because cards are cool and all that. Then we have Gust. Oh, look at Gust. Something, 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 dice, something, 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 dice. That's basically how I can read these cards right now. Also, infinite health. Then we have some player aids, and that would be card pack 1. That looks like card pack 1. On to card pack 2. Go forth and conquer. Okay. Card pack 2, sliding this bad boy off, and we have Elf Meadowwisp. No clue what's going on here, but Elf Meadowwisp. Something, something, 2 red dice, something. I mean, I guess that's melee and ranged. You see, it wasn't that hard. I can do this. There's a cost associated. I don't know why. We have an Elf Aesthetician or whatever. Again, melee and range. This one is clearly stronger in range, which makes sense because bow and arrow. What more cards? More cards. These are all just, you know, these are all just various cards of various foes of some sort, I imagine. And let's try to get that card we just dropped before we inevitably forget it. Dump it into the middle there. Well, totally find it later. And that is going to be deck 1. Now, these smaller decks over here, these are probably what I came for, because I didn't come here for the enemies. Enemies are okay, but I came here to slowly scrape my fingernail against the side of a deck of cards to find the particular area where you can pull this banding off. That's what I came here for. So, we got this bad boy over here, which is going to be just loads of treasure, just tons of stuff. Vial of Dire Need. Cast as an ally would take damage. Move to their region. Become a defender and take that damage instead. That sounds noble. I probably won't do that. Ultimate Price. Cast after a spell is played. Refund its costs and cancel it. Unless its caster destroys a minion they control. Well, that sounds fun. I'll do that one. Plate Armor. You gain armor. You cannot be moved unless you allow it. Well, that definitely sounds fun. Armor. When damaged, prevent one of it. Matey's Spyglass. You gain dodge. Ambush has no effect during your scout actions. Flagon of Mead. Discard before or after anyone's turn to heal yourself for 1 plus rolling dice health. Clyde the Horse. You gain +1 energy and evade. Evade. You can move off regions with enemies. Sentient Skull. Something plus yellow dice. Each turn you may pay 5 health to gain something. All in all, looks very cool here. Yep. So, that would be deck 1 of these cards. Let's go ahead and take a look at deck 2 of these cards and see what else we have. I don't know exactly how these go back and where they go back, so I'm just going to hope that they go there for right now, because it does not look like that's where they go. In fact, now that I'm looking at this, it looks like they probably go here to some degree. So let's go ahead and dump them there for right now, and we'll figure out later if I'm correct about that. And so, one more deck. This is more cards, more spells, more things, and then we'll wrap up this unboxing, because, you know, that's basically, I mean, showing you the minis, showing you the box, talking about the game, peeling off plastic. That is what an unboxing is. Witness Me. Oh my gosh. Okay, here. So, here we go. Cast as one of your minions ends its actions. It deals 4 AoE damage, area effect damage, in its region, then it is defeated. Let's find another spell. We have Rolling Inferno, Shifting Gems, Tidal Squall. I'm trying to figure out ones I can read. Luck Tonic. Cast after anyone makes an action roll. You may choose to re-roll any number of dice they rolled. That sounds fun. So here's the problem with this game. Here's the problem already. I'll tell you in a second. Bottled Henchman. Cast as an enemy plays a spell during the villain round. Spawn a minion in their region. So just, this whole game is just full of spells, abilities, tons and tons of stuff that you can add to your game. Now, the problem with this game is as follows. And again, keep in mind, haven't played this game, so take this problem with a grain of salt. And I'm still excited for the game. But games that have this much kind of spells and things and undoing can devolve into a take that mechanism. I'm not saying it does, I'm saying it can. That word is very specific with great intent. It basically means I have no clue what I'm talking about and I'm judging the game based off of seeing it. Don't get me wrong, very excited. You just want to be wary. You always want to be wary of a game being too much of a take that experience in contrast with, you know, I don't know, strategic experience or whatnot. And now I have to figure out how this guy goes back in here, because I wonder if there's a specific way. This one looks like it probably would go. Nope, I got nothing. I got nothing as to how it actually fits. Let's try one more way. Nope. Maybe. Nope. There's no way I actually needed that cardboard. That would be insane, right? You're all with me on that. That would be insane, right? Okay, I'll read the rulebook. Let me see if there's a special section to read the rulebook in. Do these go anywhere? I imagine these go down here. I have to actually punch the rest of the stuff later. I'll throw you in here for right now. And then I'll actually read the rulebook that tells me how to actually deal with this later, because again, there is no way on earth that this needs cardboard to put it away. That has been your unboxing of Valor Villainy, a game that I am still excited for. Need to build up this treasure chest, need to figure out where everything goes, because it clearly does not fit back in the box right now, the way it is. But nonetheless, I will pretend to put the box top on, so that it looks all pretty and shiny as I close it, so we have a nice, clear end to our unboxing video for the day. That has been your Board Game Co. unboxing of Valor and Villainy, Minions of Mordak. Check this one out. I'm sure there will be a retail version available somewhere sooner or later, probably for cheaper than what I paid for mine, but also for less of the goodies than what I got in mine. Then again, I have no clue if it's good yet. I will, of course, have a review when I eventually get to it. I have no idea when that will be, but hey, eventually, or all that. Until next time, have a good one.